Testing, testing, 1, 2. It's Mousy with the Z. We are behind the scenes right now. Are you ready? I think. Just kidding. I'm taking a bit. Okay. So nice. Does it? Looking like an African goddess. So hi, my name is Melissa. Melissa Vera, and I'm 20 years old. Self-love. When I think of the word self-love, I think of prioritizing yourself, putting yourself first. And essentially putting yourself first means that everything you do is always like you're the one that benefits. So you make sure that you're healthy, you're making sure that you're just doing things that benefit you, you're making sure that everything that you do just manifests good energy around you. So yeah, when I just think of self-love, I think about putting yourself first, prioritizing yourself. That's pretty much it, yeah. So my story goes way back to when I was much younger. So there's a little backstory. So I grew up with a skin disease called eczema, right? And essentially what happens with eczema is it causes like a flaring up of the skin, which causes like a rash, and after the rash there's like marks and everything. So I remember at some point in my life I used to feel very insecure about that. I wasn't very comfortable with wearing certain like type of clothing that would reveal these scars, because I felt like I didn't want people to know like, oh my gosh, she has eczema and everything. So that for me was something that I struggled with for the longest time. Like I would always cover up, I was always jerseys, jackets, long pants, like you would never see me in a dress like this. But that's pretty much like where I was at some point when it comes to like not loving myself, and yeah, pretty much it, yeah. I don't think it was like one like day I just woke up and I was like, psh, it was enough. It was more of like a gradual thing for me. Like it started with like, essentially, I know that a lot of people around me were always like, oh Melissa, like, you know, you're so beautiful, Melissa, you got this, and people tend to always like compliment certain like elements of me, but I never saw myself the way they did. And after that I started like embracing certain like features more, and it started by like maybe just like not wearing a jacket so when I'm going out in public, and just not caring what people thought about. And then okay, maybe today I'm gonna wear shorts when I'm going to the beach, because before I'd wear like leggings, tights, like long pants to make sure no one saw. And like it was really just like a gradual thing, to a point where like I feel like I just one day I didn't really realize I was changing mentally, but I noticed after a while, like when I started looking at like throwback pictures, like, oh wait, this is where I'm at now. I couldn't do these things before, and now I'm able to do these things. So it was just like me realizing over time that I started growing out of those like negative thoughts or opinions about myself. So I don't really think it was one immediate like moment or life-changing moment, but it was like a series of events that like came up to that moment where I am right now when it comes to like my self-love and my self-perception and everything. Yeah. How? No, I think it definitely did. I feel like one thing it did was really boost my self-confidence, because I felt like obviously when you're someone who might have certain insecurities, like the way you portray yourself to people, the way you are in a crowd is like different. So maybe when I'm going out with my friends, they might be wearing certain things and I'm just like, okay, you know, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And one thing I always did, like I still remember, is like if I had to go out to an event where I had to wear like maybe a short sleeve t-shirt, I'd rather like put makeup to cover up the scars, because I was like really like insecure about that. And I could see that the people around me would also be affected by like the way I would be so frantic about hiding everything. So I think once I started to like care less about those things, which is funny enough, because the moment I started to care less, like my scars became less visible. Like it feels like a weird knock-on effect, but like before it was really bad. Like you would be able to see it all over my arms, all over my legs, but yeah, like I just came to a point where now I was able to be comfortable. Like if I'm around my friends, we're going somewhere, I'm getting ready with them, I'm part of them, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like I didn't feel like I had to see myself less than them, like when we're in such environments, because I was like a part of them, if that makes sense. I had like there's like a sense of belonging. So yeah, I feel like it definitely changed the way that I would interact and engage with people, especially in public spaces. Yeah, definitely. Self-love. For me, I think it's just, as I said, I see self-love as putting yourself first. So it's just doing things that benefit me. I've always been someone who's struggled with that, because I feel like with the way that I am around people, I always want to make sure everyone else around me is accommodated, feeling like okay. And it came to a point where I had to start learning to put myself first. So in certain situations where like maybe I'm around people who might put like negative energy around me, I had to start pulling myself away from those environments and just doing things that, such as like going to the gym. Like I started going to the gym recently, which is something I enjoy. It makes me feel good. Eating better, because junk food was just was literally my first love, and I did not care about what, but you know, like eating less junk food, drinking more water, just and I'm also one person who's really big on like manifestation. So like just really declaring things into existence, saying things that you want to see, saying changes that you want to see in yourself. Like if I want to be at a certain place at a certain time, I make sure that I like manifest that, declare it into existence. Like, Melissa, I want you to do this by this time. Melissa, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. So I just feel like saying certain things, positive affirmations constantly helps me a lot with the way I perceive myself, the way I love myself too, because then I start to see myself in the way that I feel like I was created to see myself, and not the way that my negative thoughts might want me to see myself. So it helps me with my confidence and the way that I engage with people. So yeah, it's just a lot of things, just eating right, gymming, being around people that make me happy, doing things that make me happy, positive words of affirmation, just a whole bunch of things. Yeah. Well, firstly, I feel like when you don't prioritize such things, like the mental state that it puts you in is so toxic, not only to like your emotional state, but to like your physical state. I feel like even for me, like as I said earlier on, like the moment I stopped caring so much about my eczema scars, like I started to see like the scars were fading, and I don't know if it was a mental thing or what, but like even like now it's literally like gone completely. But like it's just one of those things where like I feel like it helps you like with your physical health, your mental well-being, just your social presence around people. Like the way that you engage with people, it really boosts your confidence. I feel like it's so important for you to do things that benefit you more, because you know there's only one you, and if you don't care about yourself, who's going to care about you? So I think it's so important for like people to just really learn to put themselves first, and it's not just in even like I said earlier on, like even with the people that you surround yourself with, make sure that you're around people with positive energy that, you know, just really radiate that good positive vibe, because then I feel like you're constantly going to be in a good mental state, which is just one thing I really like vouch for these days. So self-love is important for all those aspects. Okay, so with tips, one thing which I started doing much recently was, as I said, words of affirmation, like positive affirmations. But instead of like the ones that you usually see on the internet, I tend to use like biblical ones. So I turn scriptures into words of affirmation. So the Bible in Psalms 139 speaks about how you're fearfully and wonderfully made. So that's something that you can like declare into the atmosphere. Like, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm destined to be above, not below. I'm the head, not the tail. I'm destined for greatness. I'm loved. I'm favored. I am, royal. He's royal. I'm royalty. And I feel like once you start really like living into that truth, it really changes the way that you perceive yourself, because it's no longer a thing of like, also like even the Bible speaks about how like your words hold so much power. Like there's power, there's life and death in the power of your tongue. So the things that you declare into existence, like there's no ways that it can just go out and just be returned null and void. Like it has to complete what you've declared it to say. So when you say these things, like the universe, the atmosphere around you has no choice but to attends to what you're saying, because even as a child of God, like you have authority over this world. So when you say such things and you declare like, and I'm destined to be above and below, or like I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, like the atmosphere starts to understand, okay, this is a child that should not be messed with, this is a person. And like I feel like also that positive thinking helps so much with the way that you just perceive yourself, and that's just something that I've been doing a lot lately. And then also just doing more things doing things that make you happy. So if you want to do something, don't let society stop you. If you want to go to the beach on a random Tuesday and just run into the water, why not? Like if you're able to do that, just do it. I feel like back in the days, there's so many things that I wanted to do that either I felt like society wouldn't allow me to do, I was too scared to do. Like even recently I started a YouTube channel, and I thought, oh my goodness, like I can't do this because what are people going to think about me if I start talking about certain topics and all these things. But then I realized this is something that will make me happy, so if it's going to make me happy, let me do it. So yeah, I just feel like if you are struggling with, you know, self-love, just make sure that, one, surround yourself with people that make you happy, do more things that make you happy, and just meditate on positive things, declare positive things constantly, because I feel like what you meditate on will really like just, you know, assist with your mental well-being as well. So that's just, you know, like 2 cents for those that might be struggling at the moment. I'm no expert, but that's what works for me. Yeah.
Love that. We're done.